Greetings, listeners. We are back, and we are returning for another episode in our D&D campaign, our D&D Spelljammers campaign, Romance of the Ship Kingdoms. Our last episode ended off on some really big revelations and reveals, but this roller coaster isn't stopping anytime soon. We still have so much more to climb, and preparations need to be set.
Especially now that I'm back.
Exactly, because Everin, you were still in the tyrant ship.
I am.
You tricky little one, you. And
I try.
You just finished your talk with Xanathar, and well, I imagine you're on top of the world until you. Normally, others they say she has the voice of a celestial that it just could swoon any man. But for you, it's like nails on a chalkboard when you hear her. There's only one woman this could be, and you thought your father would have left her to handle things, but of course, she is always glued to his hip. It is her.
Hip, I'm sure.
Exactly. It is the Red Scourge herself, Lady Sonia
Goodie.
Oh, my little Everin, it's been so long.
Yeah, it's been a time, hasn't it, dearest mother?
You tricky little devil, you. I'll give you advantage on any persuasion rolls with her now. She booms. She's just, I've waited so long. Why the sudden change in you? Your father told me I could expect this, but I didn't expect this much of a drastic change.
Oh, Father recently letting me in on his little machinations, and I figured I might toe the line a little bit more. That way I'm not getting, spoon-fed crumbs or outright lies. I actually have a finger or two in some pies. And, well, I know your big dream is to stand by my father's side, and let's just say that I'm trying out the phrasing.
You hear a horn honk, and give me a perception roll real quick. I want to see if you're able to pick up on something.
Perception?
Yes.
Okay.
Because as the Xanathar's clown is approaching. Oh, you definitely meet.
Hang on. I'm going to reboot Rome because I have the hardware acceleration thing off, and that makes roll 20 just absolutely worthless.
Yeah, it makes it just dog poo-poo. But so the roll you did actually is high enough, so I'll let you know right now. As you notice the clown approaching, his hat, the color is off.
The color is off.
Yeah, the color's off. It's like his colors have been reversed.
Almost like he's being copied.
Exactly.
I say absolutely nothing.
Honk, honk. Well, hey there, guys. How's it going now? Oh, Mr. Everin, I just need to come over here and let you know that the plan seemed to be, he looks at Lady Sonia, seemed to be all going properly now. How are things going over here on your part?
Oh, excellent. I was just talking with my father's current right hand and future queen mother. Just, shooting the breeze, setting things up, whatever needs to be. Speaking of, dearest mother, to what do I have this joyous occasion of seeing your visage?
Yeah, honey, when Astral made you, he really broke the mold. Honk, honk. And she squeals with glee. Oh, Everett, I was wondering if... Oh, my dear.
Just call her toast because we are buttering her up.
Oh, my dear Everett, and you, Mr. Clown, you just know all the right things to say. That's right, ma'am. Just call me the butter to your toast. Honk, honk. And she's just beaming. Well, Everett, you know what? Before I was thinking that this might be a hassle talking to you, but now I think it just might be a big surprise for you. I have something very special lined up for you, my boy. Big things are in place.
Oh, I know. Big things are in place, and I think we're both going to be quite surprised with how things will be going.
Oh, I need to go find your father. I need to let him know about... Oh, my goodness. And
now, wait. Before you go.
Yes, Everett.
There are some things that we need to take care of.
Now, you two, I need to boot, scoot, and boogie now. Honk, honk. And the clown heads off, and as he leaves, he winks.
Excellent. Now, as he goes off, Everin will make sure that while he is on camera, she isn't. Or at the very least, they're in areas that are not, being watched by cameras. Certainly not Father's cameras.
You know, the brilliance of this idea, I'm not going to make you roll a stealth for it because this is just too good. So I'm going to let you have it. Yes, you're able to keep her off camera. You keep buttering her up. And give me a persuasion roll with advantage.
Oh, righty. Persuasion roll.
Mm-hmm. And one more time, please.
Alrighty.
Yeah, yeah, you got that one.
I cannot wait to let Father know all of the plans I have in store for him and you and our family and the Empire as a whole, and just, it's so refreshing to be included in Father's plans now, to be able to know what he's up to instead of guessing. This way I can watch the man work. I tell you, it has been inspiring, Sonia. I'm sorry, dearest mother. I have to get used to saying that.
You sneaky devil, you.
I don't know what you're talking about, Brian.
Well, if we're doing this, we're doing this.
Oh, we're doing this. And, of course, as we're talking, we're walking. Going through different areas, making sure I'm on camera, she's not. And every so often, I want to make sure that there are some of Xanathar's people around. Have Everin being seen on camera talking to them. So it seems he's never alone. And I think we should end up in an area where there are plenty of Xanathar's people who could, I don't know, vouch for Everin, saying that he's been there the entire time. And certainly not leading Sonia through areas that would keep her off camera for, a double to be doing things with her face and blame things on her. Certainly not that.
Okay, I have to do it.
Do you now?
So, Red Sonia is just everything you've done. That's when she goes, well, your father thinks you catch her. As she does a Freudian slip, and she tries to catch herself. I mean, your father, and tries to see if you notice.
Alistair, Everin just kind of looks at her with that, go on sort of face. She's been caught.
Everin?
Yes?
Your father thinks, you think you've definitely fooled your father, but you haven't fooled me, you sneaky little devil, you.
Now, what would you ever mean by that?
Just as you have your little secrets and plans, so do I. My name isn't Sonia.
Oh?
Would you like to know my real name?
Would it happen to be the Red Scourge?
It's Kyra Zastin.
Could you repeat that, Brian? I'm sorry.
Kyra Zastin. Cairaxasten. Some called me a divine thief and a priest driven to madness for vengeance.
Vengeance, you say?
I hate your fucking father.
Do you?
I despise that monster. And the brilliance of Father Limerick, he told me the way that I could have my revenge against all of those filthy, disgusting high elves.
You do realize that I'm half high elf, right?
But you've shown me you're different, just like your grandfather. God, I loved him.
I'm sorry, you and grandfather?
You really think this is how old I truly am?
We're going to put a pin in that because I'd like to sleep tonight. See,
I've been around for a very long time, Everin.
The thing is, you call my father a monster, and no question, he is. But you're not exactly lily white and pure yourself.
I understand what I am, Everin.
That doesn't make it any better.
Sometimes you have to do a dance with the devil. I'm doing my dance and I don't regret it.
See, that's where you and I differ. You've earned the red-hot iron shoes you're going to be dancing with. I regret that I'm being pushed to this sort of extreme. I'd really rather not. But all the things I've done merely to survive. And to keep those who I care for surviving.
You see, that's why you're so fascinating, and I know Father Limick will just get a kick out of you. And then
I'm sure he will.
you can hear his word. Maybe the Great One will bestow a word upon you.
Maybe. Although I have a feeling I have a few words for this great one. Short, monosyllabic. Tell you what, let's put this aside. For now. Let us celebrate our working together, let's say. And Alistair, damn it! Everin pulls out a chocolate bar.
Kyra,
It's a small one, and he hands it to her.
to our hate of the gods and our hate of what this order is here that they call the cosmos.
Do that. And he takes a bite out of a chocolate bar himself. Now, I bet you're waiting for it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know these aren't normal chocolate bars. Well, hers isn't anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do anything mean. Well, I did something mean to her, but I didn't, poison her or anything. She just would really need to go to the bathroom.
He takes off.
And as she does, he looks completely innocent, of course. But once she's out of earshot, he just says to himself, and this will buy the time I need for an alibi. You see, his plan was to make sure there's enough time for the double to do what they're doing, and then separate Sonia, or I can't pronounce her true name.
Oh, Kyra.
Kyra. Separate himself from Kyra, giving himself an alibi.
That's for Kyra. All right, that's for our chain
Damn.
link. Fine. All right, so I just did some rolling here.
I saw.
I need to see if Kyra was going to be able to come out of the restroom anytime soon, and that is a no.
Nope.
And then I rolled for our changeling to see how things go, and she nat 20'd everyone.
She did.
So and then I rolled to see if anyone would actually catch her. No. She perfectly goes back, and it's just as if she's been with the crowd talking to Xanathar this entire time.
Oh my.
And I'm sorry, but I have to do this. This is...
Do you now?
You know when the button was pushed in Spaceballs?
Which button?
The self-destruct button.
Ah, yes.
Everything, all lights go red, and it goes... Everyone, you have 5 minutes to get out of the ship. Someone has triggered the self-destruct mechanism. So please, get out now, or you will kiss your lives goodbye. Thank you.
Alistair will do his best to go along. God damn it. Everin will do his best and keep his calm, but take charge. Because, of course, he would.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to make sure some of the Xanathar's crew are on his ship. You know, so he's yelling, he's like, come on, this way, to my ship. We gotta get off this thing. We gotta move, now!
The changeling makes sure to be on your ship.
Good call.
The clown actually makes sure to join your ship as well.
Excellent, I like
And I'm going
him.
to tell you right now, Xanathar comes onto your ship.
Oh.
And he is holding Silgar.
Oh, good. We can't forget the fish. And I don't mean that sarcastically either.
As your father is rushing to his ship, Kyra, now turned back to Sonia, just turns to look at you. Her eyes narrow as she looks at you and just...
I don't know what you're talking about. You should have told me you're allergic to chocolate. I would never have given you that sort of treat then. And he just kind of walks off. Oh, no. For the scene I had in mind, I would need to be on my father's ship.
Mm-hmm. I was figuring you were going to be joining your father's ship. Xanathar tells you that everything will be fine. That the crew and everything will be good.
Okay.
Silgar will be in charge. And Silgar just looks and goes, blip.
Excellent.
And
that means my ship will apparently disappear in the explosion as well.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yes, because your father's ship, you all quickly go on to it, and you're going, and you can hear on the loudspeaker of the tyrant ship, something seemed to have gone wrong with the timer, as it's just, you now only have 10 seconds, 5 seconds, 4, 3.
Move.
Oh, and everyone, have a nice day. And you make it onto your dad's ship, you're flying away, and you turn to look and you think your ship, it's not making it out. Boom.
My ship! Because I have to play up the,
Exactly.
That persona.
Your father just screams, "No!
Damn it!
What happened?"
Well, the tyrant ship obviously blew up, taking it, some asteroids, and my ship with it.
I know that, Everin. What? Wow!
Self-destruct got triggered. So either someone had a crappy time wiring it, or there's been some sabotage.
Your father shoots up the blue veins are just extending under his flesh from the rage he is holding.
Calm your sphincter, father, to quote another Mel Brooks movie. There is a simple way to find out the truth of the matter. I know you. You, likely, had a link to the tyrant ship, and we can go through its security cameras. Can we not?
Your father instantly calms down, and his face brightens up, and everyone else around repulses in horror and terror, because they know what's coming. Everin, I'm so proud of you. You are exactly right. Let us review this footage. I'm even sure the guilty party was stupid enough to join us.
Well, there were only two choices of ship, and it was a 50-50 shot.
Oh, but I'm sure this spy, this fiend, believes themselves smarter than I, smarter than you. Let's show them their folly of their ways, my boy. Everyone, you will join us in the viewing of this footage.
Everin hates it, but he actually agrees with his father on this.
Sonia actually she has that moment where she's thinking, and she's put it together, and she's just, oh no, you didn't. She turns to look at you, Everin.
Everin just reaches out and taps the keys at a keyboard and begins the playback of the security cameras.
And there it is, clear as day. Lady Sonia walking into the main control hub and triggering the self-destruct. She's even cocky enough to look right at the feed. Everyone turns to look at Sonia and backs the fuck away.
Everin pauses when she looks at the camera feed.
Your father smashes the control panel in intense rage as eldritch magic just channels around him. And you could tell he is channeling a 5th level spell.
Ooh. Knowing that, Everin's going to step up. How dare you, woman?
But
how dare you betray the man you profess to love? How dare you betray my family, my father?
But
I was going to call you mother.
And in a flash, your father casts Misty Step, and he has Sonia by the throat. You have betrayed me, and you've betrayed my son. And he smashes her against the wall.
Everin's going to let him do it twice.
He does it twice.
Well, no, I mean, I can imagine he was, going to pulp her, but...
Oh, no, he was getting ready, and he's getting ready to reel her back for a 3rd time.
It's like, hold, father.
And he drops her.
Whatever punishment you have deemed appropriate for her betrayal, she should be at least conscious and cognizant for it, no? How else can she learn the folly of her ways in the last moments?
Your father's vulture helmet pulls back, and his face is shown again. And he's smiling again. My boy, you just keep making my day. I am just the proudest father right now. Yes, you're right. Her punishment must last.
What is your intended punishment, dearest father?
Obviously, this one harbors some intense hatred for me, I guess. Well then, guess what, little one? You're going to be stuck with me. I'm going to force you to marry me.
Oh, father, no. I think that's... Well, I won't say too cruel. I don't want to insult you, but don't punish yourself for her betrayal.
Oh, my boy. This will bring me the greatest joy, knowing every night she has to lay there. She's filled with intense disgust and hate for me, and yet she has to stay with me. My boy.
Well then, let me give you some information. I won't lie. We talked, she and I, and she revealed something to me.
Her eyes are wide as your father casts Eldritch Bolt in her face and her eye is blown. And she's just holding her face in pain.
Easy, father.
Please, go on, my boy.
And I want you to know right now, because I am just filled with immense pride for you right now. You have done nothing wrong. You are the pride. You are my joy. You are my pride. Tell me more. What did this fiend say?
Everin bows. Thank you, Father. She related to me that her name is not truly Sonia, but Kyra, and she is a long-lived being. And she hates you, and hates the High Elves.
I can't believe it. One of the greatest enemies of the greatest obstacles in my way is right here. Has been handed to me in a silver platter. Your plans have dropped. Everything has fallen. And it was because of my son. He has proven himself to me, and he will have his namesake day. I will announce him as the next in line, and I will kill your love. I will kill my father. Made him a vegetable. That was me, yes. I'm the one that stabbed him in the spine that day. I loved it.
He licks his lips and he's just...
Nothing felt better than when I twisted it in his spine, and I heard that pop, and that pathetic bastard dropped in front of me. Now I get to do the same. I'm going to twist that fucking blade in so deep.
Now, Father, you have more important things to worry about than one pathetic traitor, don't you?
You're right.
Allow me to handle things from here.
I give her fate in your hand. I have much work to do.
You do, Father. I will see her off the bridge to a secure location, so you can enjoy gloating to her later.
Your father looks and is just smiling as he looks across his ship, walks over, grabs one person by the throat and goes,
I will be in my playroom.
And the person just screams as he goes to play. Everyone knows what's going to happen. Everin, you take Kyra out of there as the screams echo.
Not an easy thing to listen to.
I have to fade to black, everyone. I'm not going any farther than that. So, oh god, I feel gross going through that. So
you should, and I do too. So that's because we're not monsters.
So you get a small wisp, and you lead her out, and Kyra is just... Her fear exasperates as you're taking her to the area where the explosion is. And as your father leaves sight and is gone, as it hits a warp, it initiates its warp drive, there's your ship. And then there's the tyrant ship heading off towards where your uncle is.
Excellent. Now, there's just one loose end.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we on the ship?
Oh, I was saying you're getting ready to dock with yours.
Ah, excellent. Are we near a security camera?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. You know, and I think Everin kind of turns to look at her. You know, I'm happy things turned out this way.
What are you talking about?
You're a monster.
You ruined everything.
I ruined your plans.
Everything I've worked for. I thought you loved your grandfather.
I do, which is why I'm going to save him from my father and heal him and make sure he takes the throne back. Or if not, my uncle. But you and your monstrosities, your demons, your crimes, just because you loved grandfather doesn't absolve you from them. As you said, you're a monster. You know what you are. I regret having to do everything.
Don't do this.
Do what?
There's still time. You can help me mend my relationship with your father. I was going to introduce you to a marriage. It was going to be great for you, Everin. I was going to free you from him.
From who? Father?
Your father. It was your chance. I was going to free you. I was going to... Please. Everin, there's still time. Come on.
I'm going to insight.
Go ahead and roll with advantage. That's a 17. You don't even need to re-roll.
Just to make sure.
Oh, thank God. So, Everin, she's telling the truth. It was going to make sure the auto-gnomes are protected. I may be a monster, but it was only against the High Elves. I never harmed anybody else. And that's my promise. That's my word.
And we're by a security camera, aren't we?
I have no regret of what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, the security camera won't cover audio, that's for sure.
Okay, yeah, the only thing it's showing is that she's still holding her eye where it was.
Yeah.
And she's on her knees, crying and looking like she's begging and pleading to you.
Are we near an airlock? You said we were about to dock with my ship, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's knelt in front of the airlock. The only thing it'll be able to see is that it's the door for the airlock. It wouldn't be able to pick up what's outside of the door, though.
Good. I look down at her and go, "This is your last chance. Get up and attack me."
She looks at you.
I look down at her. There's a security camera over my shoulder. It can see that we're here at the airlock, but it can't see what is outside. We're going to put on a show for Father. And if you're lying to me, you're going to wish I had boosted you out of the airlock instead of what I'm going to instruct you to do. Now, make this look good.
She reaches behind into her cloak, pulls out a dagger, and lunges at you.
All right. I am going to roll performance.
Roll away. Give that with advantage, though.
Better.
You know what? That's enough. Because you're not needing to put an Oscar performance. This is for the feed for these security cameras are not the best.
Yep.
So, take it away.
So she lunges. I catch the dagger and make it look like it sinks into my shoulder. I push her against the wall to get her off of me, quote unquote. She lunges at me again, getting me in the stomach this time. Kicking her, quote unquote, off of me, I knock her into the airlock controls, which open the door. And then I selflessly sacrifice myself by diving in, tackling her into the airlock. The last thing the security camera sees is the door closing, as there's an alert saying that one of the airlocks is open. Now, while we're inside the airlock, I instruct her to exhale. If we have any air in our lungs when we're going out into the void, there's going to be a bad time for us.
She lets out all the air in her lungs, just a lot big.
And as we do, I hit the controls to open the airlock on the outside, ejecting us into space. Before I do, though, I send a communications crystal to my ship saying, "Open up an airlock for the love of all that is sweet and holy."
And 3 groups of arms reach out, grab you, and pull you guys in.
Once that's closed, Everin inhales and orders them to get her to a medic and get us the fuck out of here.
You head out into the Astral Sea, away from the area.
Good. As I stumble into my captain's cabin, I call up Alfred. My father's loyal retainer. My grandfather's loyal retainer. More importantly, my loyal retainer.
Oh, yes. Everin, my good boy. It's been quite a spell. How are you doing? Are you... wait. What is going on? What has your father done this time?
Oh, boy. That's a list. I just had to kick myself out of my airlock on my father's ship with Sonia in tow. Give me a moment while I catch my breath.
Everin, you best get explaining before I have a conniption fit, young man.
Let me breathe first, Alfred.
I understand that you just came from the vastness of the Astral Sea, but you cannot just leave off about that. What
the tyrant ship that father found with Bastion's father.
By blessed Dindar, what have your father done?
He wanted to use that to make sure that everyone that he deemed worthy to live was living in the cluster, and use that as a way to get rid of the undesirables. Upon hearing that, I decided to manufacture a small mishap, and he thinks it exploded.
It's gotten worse.
Oh boy, does it.
Everin.
I was going to frame Sonia, because what a bitch. Only to find out she actually does love grandfather and was going to try and free me from father's control.
Yes, it's... Oh, Sonia, I know who she is. Kyra Fasten. So, she began her move, I see.
Yes,
Everin,
well, unfortunately my machinations crossed with her machinations, so at the last moment I had to fake a fight with her, get us both out of the airlock, so now Father thinks I'm dead with her after she betrayed her. The tyrant ship is gone, my ship is gone. However, it's not. I'm on it right now.
Everin, I believe it's worse than you could imagine, my good boy.
Oh, good.
There's a reason for your father's actions. Why Kyra's hate for him is so strong.
What did he do now?
I believe her moniker is I hate the gods, correct?
Something like that, yes.
Your father believes that his actions are of his own, but they are not.
Oh, great.
Your father's own will died a long time ago when he was taken over by the one in chains.
Alfred, I'm going to have to ask you to repeat that. The one in chains?
Yes.
Are we talking about Tharazdun?
Yes, Everin, we are speaking about Tharazdun.
And I thought Sonia was going nutsy talking about her father something or other and speaking to his master and getting a blessed word.
It was all part of her ploy to get you in close. The only thing is we're missing a piece of the puzzle. There's no way to harm a god in our own possession currently.
Alfred, don't worry about that. I have things covered. You, however, need to do me a favor.
Yes.
You need to fake grandfather's death.
What?
Keep up, please, Alfred. You need to fake grandfather's death. You need to get him out of there. We found the ruling council. It was on a prison guarded by a Tarask, which is something else I'm going to have to deal with. But right now, I need you and grandfather out of that castle.
You must free the council because, Everin, it is time for you to join the order of the Solar Dragon.